My name is Germana Ravanelli. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist, a mind-body healer, a personal trainer, a nutritional therapist. I was taught that health is harmonizing the body, the mind, and the spirit. Hello, my name is Germana Ravanelli. This video is how to spot and stop patterns of self-betrayal to avoid becoming ill, having anger, resentment, and or getting sick. Self-betrayal, I think, is everywhere in every part of our lives because we're so busy in our minds just going and doing stuff and juggling plates and balls that we just do more and more and more. And sometimes we don't have a way of checking in to go, is this really good for me? And self-betrayal is usually a pattern that we learned as children because we just wanted to be loved and just want to be good and want to be cared for. So we do what the big people tell us to do. And then that spills over into our life as adults. And sometimes it will rob us of our life. It creates resentment, burnout, and of course, self-abandonment, which is very, very painful. If you've ever heard of Dr. Gabor Mate, he talks about, when the body says no, and that's because the person's been in betrayal for so long, they don't even know that they're hurting themselves. And then the only way that stops is they get sick. Cancer, autoimmune, all sorts of issues, stomach issues, illness issues. That's the body saying, I need you to slow down. I need you to pay attention to me. And that's sometimes the only way the person knows that now it's safe to put their needs first. So this is all about preventing that kind of suffering. So here's one of the part of the 3-step framework to spot and stop self-betrayal in the moment. Pause and scan for the twinge. Self-betrayal usually gives us a tiny inner signal before it happens. And here's examples. You might get a knot in your stomach, right? A subtle tightening in your chest or your jaw. Your body's like telling you something's not right. A moment of hesitation before you speak. A quiet inner voice saying, this doesn't feel right. So those are messages from your intuition, I call it your built-in bullshit detector to protect you. And if you just sit and be calm and listen and know, does this feel good for me? Then you'll know, and you can protect yourself. And it's a wonderful built-in tool that you have been given by the powers that be. When you notice this, stop and ask yourself, am I about to do something that isn't true or good for me? And that is the most powerful question I ask. Who is this for? Is this good for me? If I do this, will I feel lighter or heavier afterwards? So when you feel lighter and have more energy, that's your spirit or your intuition saying yes. When you feel as you are betraying yourself. Your body's like, oh, please stop. And you might get that in a relationship with someone. You're like, oh, I don't feel very good. And then you know that I need to back away, or I'm not taking care of myself and I'm making this person or this situation more important than my needs. And then you go back and you fill your bucket up. And then when you go back to that person, place, or thing, you actually have something to offer from a bucket of love or energy, which is critical. That is the most powerful currency we have is our energy, our time, and when it's managed well, it's love. Identify the pressure source. Most acts of self-betrayal come from trying to meet an external demand on the cost of your internal truth. Common sources, and these are subconscious sources. And I am a clinical hypnotherapist, and what I know is most people, when they come in and they've had a real big problem, it's because they have consistently been trying to get a need met that is a wound through over-functioning for other people and not protecting themselves. So fear of rejection or conflict. I don't know who likes to be rejected or who likes conflict. I sure don't. But if I reject my own needs to take care of someone else, it's unsustainable and illness is coming. A desire to please or to be liked. Now, who doesn't want to be liked? I sure want to be liked. But at what price? What is the cost of this so-called connection? And if it's my liver or my intestinal tract, the price is too high. Social or family conditioning. And so if we live in a family that says you're bad if you consider yourself or you're selfish, that is high manipulation. We need to go, is this good for me? Is this sustainable, or am I angry while I'm doing it? And if you're angry, resentful, if you're fuming, you have basically violated your own needs, and you are losing your power and your energy, and your health is slowly diminishing. Guilt or obligation. Guilt is a message that tells us that we're bad, or that if we do something and we feel guilty about it, like say you get away with something and you have this feeling of guilt, your subconscious will punish you. It will find a way to hurt you, to balance the scales, unless you're a psychopath or your personality disordered. So guilt is an internal gauge that tells us that something has happened that we don't feel good about. Like say if I do something and I'm unkind. I was at an event a while ago and I didn't say hi to someone that I really love, and I felt really shitty about it. And then I saw her later and I hugged her and I said, I didn't reach out to you. And I felt sad because I didn't put that effort in. And that was my way of saying I'm sorry. So we all have things that we don't feel good about. And then how do you make it right? I'm sorry. I didn't stand up or do something that felt good, that I knew was good for me, and yet I didn't. And so now I'm making an amends. And also, when we don't take care of ourselves, we might have guilt that then turns into self-anger, then turns into depression, then turns into self-hatred, because a part of us is saying, what about me? What to do? Label it in your mind. Is this people-pleasing? Am I abandoning myself? Am I looking for love in all of these other places when I really can get it from myself? That's the most powerful relationship you'll ever have, is the one you have with yourself. Or is this fear of conflict? Am I wanting to connect, and at what cost? I love the question, is this good for me? It's so simple, and you will know yes, no. Choose self-honoring actions. Even if it's uncomfortable, choose the path that aligns with your integrity, what's good for you, and self-respect. This might mean saying no kindly but firmly. This is not a good time. I'll check in with you later, or simply don't respond. Boom, that's it. Don't respond. You don't have to. Asking for more time before deciding. Speaking your truth without over-explaining. So over-explaining is wanting someone to be okay with what you're going to do, and just saying, it doesn't work for me right now. Can we do it another time? Walking away from something that harms you. As an example, being around people that are super hypercritical is really not good for anybody. And I've been around people that I love dearly, and there's this helicopter hovering and not noticing what I'm doing right or what I'm doing good, or appreciating the growth that I am doing, but why are you wearing those clothes? Or I didn't see you, and you didn't reach out to me, and you didn't send me back that text. And that is someone who is quite passive aggressive and hostile in a way that is unhealthy. And that might be just how they do relationships. And yet, if it hurts you and your nervous system gets spiked, it's not good for you. So you can be around someone and just get this very strange intuitive hit. And that is your nervous system reading whether you're in danger or not. And being able to know that, particularly if you're getting to meet people you don't know, that's your innate intelligence. And so also just going, does this feel good to be around this person or the situation? If it does not, give yourself permission to unplug. If you need to, meditate for 3 to 5 minutes and then reconnect so that you feel strong and stable. So you want to do quick self-honoring check. Will this decision protect my energy? And that is exactly what I just shared with you in a very, very short few words. Will I feel proud of this choice tomorrow? I love that. Like if you can future pace, if I do this behavior, what is the outcome of this? Like in hypnosis, they teach you to do something called future pacing. You take the client into an altered state. You have them, whether it's smoking cessation or losing weight or being active, regularly active, or saying no when they need to. And then they go forward in time to see what the effects of doing that is on one hand, how it feels, and live it and feel it. And then if they didn't do it on the other hand is again that form of self-betrayal, self-abandonment. And when you can actually ask yourself, how does this impact my future? And you go in the direction that brings you joy, your life will improve. It might not happen right away, but in little micro steps, it'll make a huge, huge difference. And you'll be happier. And then you have more to offer to others because you're actually taking care of your most precious self. Does this match my values, not just my fears? And to really understand what your core values are is critical to having a high quality life. And again, my core values are, the first one is, and this is very primal, feeling safe. And I realize there's a cost to that, because if I am safe and I don't know how to own it, then I still don't bring people in because I'm still kind of nervous about them hurting me. And my core need of safety is the first one. And then from there, it's growth. I love learning and then giving back. That's what this channel is for me, hoping that some people that didn't get a healthy mother or a healthy sister or healthy role model, I can become like your internet friend that can help you get your needs met and heal and love yourself and forgive yourself. So at first, honoring yourself may feel wrong. You might feel guilty. That's how you know that you're doing a good job. The minute you start to feel guilty, I didn't rescue so-and-so. I didn't, drive across town at 3 a.m. because somebody called me. Well, first of all, your phone should not be on at that time, unless it's your child. You need to protect your health and your sacred space. And then you give from a full bucket. So in the beginning, we usually feel bad. And that's how you know that you're actually loving yourself. Because you're breaking an old pattern, but over time it builds unshakable strength, power, and self-respect. Like, betrayal is taught to us. And when I was a munchkin, I wasn't allowed to have any needs. I wasn't allowed to cry. It was don't talk, don't think, don't feel. Now, when you can't do those things, that means I can't regulate my nervous system. And as I grew up, my nervous system was always deregulated. And as I regulated it, I was like, I need more sleep. I need more naps. I need flowers. I need cuddles with my chihuahua. And I love steak. So I buy steak and I cook steak and I share it with my chihuahua. The point is you need to unplug from situations that are parasitic to your vitality so that you can go, well, what is good for me and what does make me happy? And then let go of the messages of, it's a bad world, because it's not. It is whatever we tell ourselves, and let go of the beliefs that there's something wrong with you, because there's not. It's just learning how to become the parent that you always needed, to give yourself what your body and your authentic self has been waiting for. The most powerful thing we can ever do is learn how to care for and love ourselves, and then we give from there. Not from I'm angry and I'm tired and I've had enough of you, but here's the thing. That's huge in this culture, and you see it like crazy on Facebook. People are always putting complaints. And here's an example. When you hear someone complaining about anything, it's an unmet need in disguise. So if you're complaining about something, there's a need in that you don't tell yourself the truth. You're just bitching. But then if you say, well, what is the need underneath this? And you start meeting that, your energy will come up. If you have health issues, they will start to repair themselves, because you're not hemorrhaging all over the place, looking after stuff that really isn't your responsibility. Thank you for watching this channel. I hope that you enjoy it. And please like, share, and subscribe.